What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today we're doing another collection video, and that is on ink. I did not think I had that much ink until I put it out on the table. So I have a lot, and I'm just going to jump right into it because hot damn. I did used to have a whole lot more ink, to be honest, just like pens. I haven't sold off ink. I don't really sell ink just because I feel like I don't want to potentially give somebody a contaminated bottle, and that just wigs me out. So I have done the old like use up the ink. So I did actually used to have like 4 or 5 more actual bottles, but I have since used them up. So I'm gonna get into samples real quick. I'm not gonna go through what I have of them because it would take forever, but I do have a whole tray of samples here. This is a like vial holder that I got from Goulet Pens. I used to have 3 of these that were chock full. I am down to 1, and like some of the ones, like if I had a bottle left, so for example, this is Pilot Orochi Zuku Konpeki. I had a whole bottle of it, and this is all I have left. So I just took an ink syringe, took out what was in the bottle, because you couldn't really fill from the bottle anyways, and topped them in here. So not all of these are straight up samples. But I did actually recently buy a whole bunch new samples. If I can put that back on my desk where it goes. From Wonder Pens. It's a whole baggie here of samples. Mostly this is all like the new Lommy crystal ones, a few Ferris wheel ones, and the Pilot 100 anniversary ones. So I have a whole bag of those to go through. And those are it for samples. I primarily, to be honest, I buy samples over bottles, despite what you're gonna see here, because I change my inks frequently, and I typically just prefer samples. Yeah, that way I get to use a whole lot. But you're gonna probably disagree with me by the time we're through this. So let's get into it. I have the Lommy Bronze here, as well as the Lommy Turquoise. The turquoise you can definitely see I've used more of than the bronze. This is probably my favorite turquoise. I very much enjoy it. I really dig the Lommy bottles. This one's kind of stiff because it's newer. Let me see if I can get this one off. Yeah. I like the Lommy bottles. You can really fill, you know, a good amount of pens in it. It does come with blotting paper if you need to. I've never really used it, but it does have it, and I quite enjoy the look of the Lommy bottles. So I'll put that over here. I have a bottle of Kaweco's Palm Green. This is a very nice green. Kaweco ink is kind of expensive, but I quite enjoy it. This is probably my favorite of Kaweco. It's a very vibrant green. It's a true green in my opinion, and I very much enjoy it. I primarily use this one, surprise, surprise, around the holiday time. It's a 30 ml bottle. It's lasted me quite some time. And then I have 2 Montegrappa inks. These were both given to me for free. I have one that is coffee, which is like a brown color, and then I have one that's a purple color. Oh, this is the purple. This is the coffee. The thing that I don't like about these bottles is that nowhere on it does it tell you the color. I literally have to tip the bottom to see which one is which. So this is the purple, this is the coffee. Just to look at the bottles, you can't tell which is which. So there's that ink. It has some dust on it. This is Sailor Gentle Grenade. This was also given to me. I love this color. I do also like the ink style of it as well. And I don't mind the bottle. It's got a little thing on the inside to help you fill it. This ink is not actually Sailor ink. I've just repurposed the bottle. This is actually Diamine Ancient Copper. This was one of those like 30 ml plastic bottles that I used to have, and I hated that bottle, so I put that in there. I really like the Ancient Copper, especially around the fall time. Put it in my Lommy 2000 with a broad nib, or medium nib, which writes kind of like a broad. It's super juicy. Oh, it's gorgeous. It does kind of gunk up the nib a little bit if you've had it for a long time, but oh, I love it. This ink here I think is a really underrated ink. This is Diatomaceous Cola. It's a scented ink. I usually put this one in my I love the smell. I put this one in my Platinum Century 3776 with a fine nib. It's just one of those weird pairings that always seem to go together. Actually, I did a video of ink and pen combos, and that is featured. I also have Diatramentus ink tobacco. This one I bought from Goulet Pens off the bottom shelf, so I got it cheaper than regular. I also really enjoy the scent of that one, and I bought it off the bottom shelf because there's a little bit of an ink spill on the label, and I don't really care about that. Then I have 3 little pilot bottles here. They're the Irushizuku set. I have Sakushi, Yamaguri, and Soiro. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm so sorry. But these are the little 15 ml bottles. So I have those. I have 1 Pelican ink. Yes, I have 1 Pelican ink. This one was also gifted to me. This is the Emerald, Olivine. I used to have also just this bottle of the Mandarin one. I really like the look of Pelican ink bottles. They're so pretty. I really like the color, but I don't use it that often. Again, I typically only use greens around the holiday time, but it was gifted to me, and I don't say no to gifts because I think that it's kind of rude to say no to gifts. You know, they're gifts. They're meant to be out of the kindness of someone's heart, and then if I say no, I just feel bad. Like I don't know. I just feel bad. I have a bunch of KWZ ink. This is the only one that's officially branded KWZ. This is the Honey. This one was also gifted to me. Someone very kind went to a pen show in the US and brought me back a bottle. This was before you could more easily get it in Canada. This is one of my favorite inks. This is one of the original versions that still have a scent to it. Some people hated it. I actually quite like it. It smells gross when you smell it just out of the bottle, but coming out of the pen, it actually smells kind of good. But I mean, I'm weird, so. And then I have some technically KWZ ink, but it's formulated through the Toronto Scriptus Pen Show brand. So the red one here, Maple, that was 2015. This one, which is Northern Twilight, is 2016. And 150 Confederation Brown is 2017. 2018's was both of these. No, not this one. Both of these ones again. Yeah, they redid them and brought out both Maple and Northern Twilight again. But I didn't purchase it since I still have these bottles. And then I have a Robert Auster Fire and Ice. This one I really enjoy putting in my Oma Sujita Alba cocktail pen. It's a broad nib that's more like a stub. Flows like a fire hose. And so this ink is really good one to put in there. It's a beehive of a pain to clean out, but oh, it's worth it when you write with it for about a month. And then another Robert Auster that I have is the Hippo Purple. I haven't actually ever used this one yet. This one came with the Hippo notebooks. That was a Kickstarter. I will have a review coming out on that probably within the next few months, but I haven't used that ink quite yet, but it came with it. Then I have a Franklin Christoph Terra Firma ink bottle here. I don't use this one super often. I do quite enjoy the ink. I also really like that it puts writing fluid on the bottle. It's just a funny way to say ink. It's just writing fluid, which technically is not wrong, but I just think it's really funny. And then I have a collection here. Let me see if I can do this all in one go. I have the J.Herbin 1670 like anniversary inks. These are the ones with like the shimmer in the bottom. So this is Stormy Gray, Ocean Blue, Rouge Hematite, Emerald of Chivor, and the green one is like, or the brown one is like Chikubra or something. There has been a purple one made after this, but I don't really use these inks so much anymore, so I haven't bought the purple one. You know, the wax seal is kind of actually cracking on the shimmer, on the black one here, and of course there's the gold on the bottom. I really do like these inks. I just don't use them very much anymore. This is probably the one that I've used the most, and I've had these forever. This one can be a pain in the tuchus to clean out of pens, so I don't particularly use that much anymore. And then, oh yeah, we're still going. And then that brings me to my final brand that I have, and that is Mont Blanc. So it started off with this guy here, which is the only one actually that I have of the standard collection. This is the Lavender Purple. I freaking love this ink. So this one I bought after I watched Matt Armstrong of The Pen Habit. He did a review of this ink, and he called it, or he referenced it to blueberry pie filling, and that sold me. That sold me on it. I love it. I've used this a lot, and I still have a lot of ink left. It's impressive how far this 60 ml bottle goes. I really, really dig it. The next one I bought after that, I actually bought well after it got released, and I am so happy that I found it. It is the William Shakespeare Velvet Red. The only ink in my whole life that I'm still lusting after is the red chalk from Mont Blanc. So y'all, if you know where to find a bottle that is like still good, either unused or barely used, hit me up. Either email me, comments, Instagram me, whatever you got, let me know. Cause damn do I want that. But I'm really super happy that I got my hands on this one. This one I just got actually at the Toronto Scriptus Pen Show last year. So the 2018, yes, 2018 one of October of last year. So this I actually bought off of somebody that I knew from the pen show. I had no idea that he had it, but I love it. And then I have a bunch of these little Mont Blanc specialty boxes here. This is the Petit Prince. I'm not going to try and get all fancy and speak, you know, with a French accent, because I'm a horrible Canadian and don't know how to speak French, beyond just, you know, the few of them. Anyways, this is the bottle that it comes in. It's the only reason why like I've kept them in the box. Most of the time I don't bother keeping them in the box, especially since a lot of them don't even come with one. They're just in a drawer, so they're away from the sunlight and all that kind of stuff. But there's no labeling on it other than the fact that it says brown orange on the bottom there. So that is a newer edition. I also have the Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Again, I'm not going to try and get all fancy with the pronunciation. Very similar bottle. This one just says maroon on the bottom. So I have that one. Then I have the Heritage Spider Metamorphosis one. I haven't actually used this one yet. This is a new edition. What does this say on the brown? It just says Grease, so French for gray. So there's that one. And then lastly, I waited months and months and months for this ink. I ordered it in December and I didn't get it until like the beginning of March. And it is my new favorite ink. I flippin' love it. I recommend it if you can afford it. It is pricey, but it is the Mont Blanc James Purdy & Sons Single Malt. It is a scented ink, but oh my gosh, I love it. It does smell like booze. Whoo, it smells like you're gonna get loaded. Oh yeah, it smells like you gonna get loaded. Currently I actually have it inked up in my Pilot Custom 823. It holds a lot of ink. I've refilled this thing like 3 or 4 times now. I absolutely love it. You don't smell it super much in the pen. You do when you first ink it up in like the first couple writings, but after that the smell kind of dissipates. But yeah, if you smell the bottle, oh boy. So 15 minutes later, that's my ink collection. So like I said, believe it or not, I used to have more. I don't really buy bottles anymore because I have too many, except for these I do purchase because you can't really buy samples of them. And I really enjoy Mont Blanc ink. I think they do a really good job at making them. Still a little overpriced in my opinion, but you know, it is the brand in general. So any of the ink that you see here, do you have any? Do you like any? Are they your favorites or some of them your least favorites? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button because I am coming back to make new videos on a relatively frequent basis. And guys, hit that bell notification if you want to see when I post next. If you want to be the first person to watch it, other than me, of course, because, well, duh, then hit that bell notification, hit that thumbs up, all of the things that YouTubers tell you to do these days. And guys, as always, I'll see you next time. Bye. You guys, oh my gosh, this little bottle hid from me. This little bottle hid from me. This is J.Herbin Lite. Oh my goodness, I forgot about this little guy. I love this ink. Aw, poor little buddy. I'm gonna ink him up right now. There you go, my friend. Will you give him kisses? Oh, that's a nice girl. Yes, give them kisses.